So I would rate this as a hard question, partly because you have all these three ratios and you have to do a lot of manipulation. So if we start with the first mixture, which has water and A in the ratio 1 to 2, and then we have B, which is water to B is 1 to 3, then we have water and C in 1 to 4. Now we're mixing these in the proportions of 4 to 3 to 2. So when we have to compute the amount of water, here water would be 1/3, and here would be 1/4, and then 1/5. So what I want to do is to pick a multiple here, so that which is divisible by all 3, 4, and 5, which is their least common multiple, which is 60. So what I'm going to do is to multiply this by 60, meaning if you're combining them in proportion of 4 to 3 to 2, it's equivalent to combining them into 4 times 60 and 3 times 60 and 2 times 60 proportion. I can choose any multiple. And I can, for this particular setup, I can figure out the amount of water and all these different liquids. So for example, water piece here, and because water appears in 3 choices, I'll start with that. So water would be 1/3, because the total is 3 and 1/3 is water. Water would be 1/3 of 4 times 60. That component is 80. And then for the second mixture, it would be 1/4, because 1 total is 4. 1/4 of 3 times 60, which is 45. And then finally, I have 1/5 of 2 times 60. So that is 1/5, 24. And if I add them, that's 149. So that's the amount of water in this combined mixture. Now I need to figure out these liquids A and B and then be able to compare them. So A would be 2/3 of 4 times 60. That's 20. That's 160. B is 3/4 of 3 times 60. I hope you're following my logic here. This would be 135. And then C would be 4/5 of 2 times 60. So choosing that 60 just makes numbers easier. I don't have to deal with fractions. So that would be 96. Now we can compare same amount of water in liquid B. Well, no. It's 149, 135. Same amount of liquids B and C. They're not equal. More water than liquid B. Yeah, that's true. 149 versus 135. More water than liquid A. No, this is less. So the answer is C. So it is a hard question. It's a matter of how to set it up. And I think I've seen variations of this question before as well. So make sure you're comfortable when you're mixing different mixtures in different proportions where the ratios are different, and it is a little bit difficult to deal with these numbers. So to summarize, the answer is C.